just before anybody asks what I'm using, to record, all I can say is do the best with what you have. Explore any technology you have at your hands, be it a laptop, a camera. Well, a camera you can, there's programs you can get on the internet for stripping audio from them, and as opposed to just sticking it up on YouTube as a private video, then run it through a converter or ripping out the audio. And better to do it all on your laptop or PC if you have one. But what I'm using is Zoom H2 handy recorder, and it does the job for now, but do you have plans to get more specialized equipment like a studio grade mic, pop filters, a stand, and maybe a mixing board and stuff like that there, so it can record even better quality audio than this does? And by using this, I'm actually learning mic technique, because with the Zoom H2 you can either have it on a little stand, or you can hold it in your hand, and there's a attachment that screws into the bottom of it, and it basically functions like a microphone. So you're basically, the guys you would see on the news and that, they have microphones up to their faces at a set distance. This has that functionality. It also is good for recording everything around. It has many channels. There's the front mic, the back mic, and you probably heard a little bit of noise there, maybe for me touching the thing. And you can have it recording 2 channels, 4 channels, for a surround kind of mix, and that gives you the atmosphere of a room, like if you're in a room and you record that way. But it is good for auditions. And before you're thinking, you're just saying that, it actually comes from, who was it that told me they had one when they had one of these and they used it for that sort of thing? It was Veronica Taylor, who, if any of you guys are fans of Pokemon or shows that came out of 4 kids, like Turtles or that, you'll know who she is right off the bat. She's the original voice of Ash Ketchum and Pokemon, and Ash's mom, of course. That's what she said. She has, I don't know if she has it now, she had at the time. It is a really handy thing, especially if say for anybody's recording an audio podcast, if you're not shooting for video or that, it is a good thing to have. If you set it up for 4 channel surround sound, you get 4 mono channels that you can pretty much just combine into a stereo thing, and that will sound live. It'll sound just like you're at the very whatever it is you're recording. And yeah, that's what I'm using. Of course I'm an amateur, of course, and messing around with the settings in this thing, so I haven't really explored it to see what I can get out of it, if you can understand that. But that's one thing another thing I would say. So I said one thing. Explore all the possibilities of your audio thing. Mess around with the settings, see what you can get, and try to find a place where there's the least amount of echoey noise. That all helps in the quality of the audio. The quieter and less echoey place you can find, the better it's going to come out, your eventual audio recording. Or if you're doing this for auditions and for parts on YouTube, amateur productions, and don't be under any illusion that doing something on YouTube, for a fan series, be it My Little Pony, be it an abridged series or that it isn't acting. If you go into this and you give it your all, try to put as much character as you can into what you're doing. That is something you have to remember as building your own repertoire and capabilities, and never underlook it, and never ever say, I don't think I can do anything. Believe me, you can do anything you set your mind to. Sure, there's going to be people out there that'll try to say, that's crap, or stuff like that, but never let it get to you. Because if you look at it objectively, you can find ways that you can improve here. You can say, maybe if I did this better, I use this inflection or that, you'll find you'll develop skills naturally, and you'll keep going. And above all, don't be ashamed of your accent. That is part and parcel of what makes you you. Chances are there's nobody who's going to sound exactly like you. Now, accent-wise, listening to shows on TV and that will get you only so far, I suppose. It'll help you in the respects of maybe recognizing little pieces of your own speech. The way you would talk. Just maybe little nuances or words here and there which you can use as a base and actually go from there. And that's how I do it, because I suppose it comes from listening to the actual people talking, going to panels and then just listening out for that. See, how can I do that? Or is there anything in there I can pick up on and I can adapt? I can use to adapt my own way of speaking like this into developing something that is credible as a different accent. And it is possible. Take it from me, it is, but it takes time to learn to, completely drop your accent and character. So if you're running into this first time and you're thinking, oh, I sucked at it, I'm not going to do that again, keep at it, because the more you practice, the more you'll become familiar with naturally how to do another accent, and pretty soon you'll find yourself being able to pull it off easy enough, like switching between a character, like different characters, easy enough. Never ever doubt yourself. You can do whatever you set your mind to with a little bit of work, or a lot of work in some cases, but if you put the effort in, you'll always find the results. Well, that's all I'll talk about now, because I don't want to keep you guys for too long. So I'll see you all later. Clearheart Apple saying, I'll catch you guys all later, and feel free to any questions you want at all. If there's something you want me to go into in as much depth as I can, anything I've talked about, voice acting, like from my own perspective, of course, or talking about accents and that, or hell, if you just want me to talk ponies or Transformers or anything like that, please let me know. I will answer it, well, in this format or using my iPhone. Catch you all later.